All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we got some interesting news coming out to us from Ubisoft. Now, apparently, according to Insider Gaming, they have recently gotten information that essentially exposes the fact that Ubisoft is now working on a Battle Royale style video game. Now, why Ubisoft is working on a Battle Royale video game, I will never understand. This is the same company that completely dropped the ball on XDefiant, and they were incapable of, trying to save that video game. But apparently now they want to jump into the Battle Royale scene when it's pretty much dominated by a multitude of different free-to-play shooters all over the globe. Now, again, Ubisoft is not the kind of company that should be working on a Battle Royale game right now. They should be trying to focus on taking that money that Tencent gave them and trying to create different IPs under their new flagship single player experiences and get back to what made Ubisoft back in the day. But of course, the executives over at the company think they know everything that's best, and they are going to make a Battle Royale game, supposedly. So let's get into this article, guys, from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm as we're on the way to 90,000 subscribers. It says exclusive. Ubisoft is developing a new Battle Royale heavily inspired by Apex Legends. Now, I find this to be interesting because even Apex Legends and the people over there have admitted that the game is declining. They have admitted that the game, unfortunately, is not pulling in the numbers that it needs to be pulling in, quite frankly. And I just think it's interesting that Ubisoft is taking the game that is supposedly declining and they're trying to make a video game heavily inspired and based around that. I just think it's a weird decision. But then again, it is Ubisoft. This is the company that has been making nothing but weird decisions for I don't even know how long now. And this is why they are partially owned by Tencent now. But anyway, let's continue. Insider Gaming has learned that Ubisoft is currently developing a new Battle Royale game that's heavily inspired by Apex Legends. The game, which is currently under the project name Scout, which, by the way, I won't be showing any footage, any pictures or anything because Ubisoft is out here being all copyright happy. And they're like, yeah, we're going to copyright strike you for something that we leaked because our company sucks and we can't hold our leakers. Yeah, well, that's their problem. Anyway, the game, which is currently under the project name Scout, is so heavily inspired by Respawn Entertainment's highly successful Apex Legends that it was once used as the thumbnail for the project. It's understood that the game has been in development for at least a couple of years now, and will feature very similar characters to Apex Legends, including a spin on Pathfinder, Wraith, Lifeline, and other characters from the game. One source said on the project, I think the goal is to capitalize on the player count of Apex dropping, and them, Ubisoft higher-ups, thinking there's room in the market for another hero. No, there is not, bro. I don't get it. You guys, man, I swear, these companies, all they want to do is create live service slop. That's really all they want to do. They want to be able to create one video game every 5 to 10 years in the hopes that it can fund their entire operation for as long as possible. It is sickening, man. People are tired of battle royales, and the ones that are not tired of battle royales, they're already playing the battle royale of their choice. There are so many battle royales out there that the majority of people interested in that kind of a game already have something to play that they're already majorly invested in, especially financially. They've bought a bunch of skins. They bought a bunch of microtransactions. They are not going to want to switch over very easily. And the ones that will switch over have already been multiplaying other battle royale shooters. There are people that play Fortnite and Apex Legends. If you really think that there is room for another battle royale in this market, you're just going to fail, just like every other battle royale that has come out afterwards, thinking the same exact thing. You would have to do something so unbelievably different that it would draw people away from the other battle royales. But if all you're going to do is create a video game that is heavily inspired by Apex Legends, sure, you might be able to steal away a couple of Apex players. But aside from that, what are you really doing in the grand scheme of things? What is the overall strategy that you're going to utilize to try to compete with the other battle royale games that are bigger than Apex Legends? What are you really going to do about that? Interestingly enough, though, the project seems to go against Ubisoft's own internal research team, who recently asked the question as to what's next after Battle Royale, while citing the decline in players across various Battle Royale games, including Apex Legends. So, oh my God. So you have a research team that is admitting that the Battle Royale as a genre is losing players every year, and you're thinking this is a great time to make a Battle Royale game and put it out there in the market? what are we doing here, guys? I don't get it, man. This is why Ubisoft is in the hole that it's in. On top of other nonsensical things that they do as a company, they have been making stupid business decisions that have resulted in them now having to be bought out by Tencent, and for Tencent to save them and to try to give them another chance. But at this point, Ubisoft is just going to continue to decline. If this is what you're investing money in, I can only imagine what's going to happen to this company in a few years. They're going to be right back to where they were, not just last year, that resulted in their sale. This is exactly what got you here in the first place. Stupid decisions from higher ups that don't know any better. You guys are in such a bad toxic positivity situation that you don't want to admit that the people at the higher up are making bad decisions that are reflected onto the people below you. And then when you guys lose money left and right, you want to blame the gamers for not buying your game, or you want to blame the gamers for not supporting your game, or whatever the case may be. You want to blame everything else other than yourselves. You guys are failing upwards. And the fact that this decision is even a possibility, again, this is a rumor, but the fact that this is even a possibility is insane to me. Go make a good single player experience. Go put out something that people are going to want to play, right? Go back to what made you good. Go back to making potentially a really good Far Cry game or something along those lines. What the hell are you guys doing? I really don't get it. EA itself has also admitted that Apex Legends is no longer doing what it needs to do financially for the company, while CEO Andrew Wilson saying that the game will have a major update dubbed Apex Legends 2.0 in the future. As for whether EA can reinvigorate the franchise remains to be seen, but in Ubisoft's eyes at least, there's still room in the market for an Apex Legends style battle royale. This isn't Ubisoft's first time in the battle royale market either. In 2020, they launched Hyperscape, pulling the plug on a project around 18 months after release. Internally, Ubisoft has canceled around a dozen battle royales for one reason or another in various stages of development since then. So these guys have clearly been trying their damnness to find their golden goose. That's really what it is. They are trying to find their golden goose of live service income, and they truly believe that it is going to be in a battle royale game. And they've been trying and trying and trying to do it, but they've been failing. The one that they did release, Hyperscape, failed after 18 months, right? Similar to XDefiant. XDefiant failed in a similar time frame. These people don't know what to do with live service games. And then on top of that, once they actually do release a live service game, like XDefiant, I hope you guys understand that XDefiant had 20 million players at launch. That is a huge number of players to check out their game and give them an opportunity to earn money. And they went from 20 million to 20,000 in the time span of around a year. That is insanity to me. It is clear that even if Ubisoft does put out a live service game, they don't know how to maintain the players once they have them. So I think there's multiple strategies that have to be thought up by Ubisoft in order to actually make this a thing if they ever plan to find their golden goose, because it's very clear that just making the game and putting the game out there is not enough for Ubisoft to actually get what they want, because they drop the ball every single time once the game is actually released, which is a big problem. As for Ubisoft itself, the future is still uncertain. Its announcement of a new subsidiary with Tencent still has players, developers, and investors worried and confused about the company's future. Well, I mean, listen, the stock has been dropping like crazy. I don't know if you guys have been looking at the Ubisoft stock lately, but it's not pretty, right? Earlier this month, Ubisoft stock fell to a 12-year low amid company uncertainty and fell a lot more harshly versus its competitors during the market crash. It's not looking good for Ubisoft, and it's going to continue to look bad as the investors become smarter as to what's happening over at Ubisoft. The Guillemot family is just simply trying to screw over their investors. They're trying to maintain control of the company and are trying to get that while also not being screwed in the process. And if that means they have to screw over their investors in order to get what they want, you best believe that that's going to happen. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.